So we've actually come in right on top of one of our events. This is a big boss battle against a creature called the Shatterer. So this particular event is against the Shatterer, who's one of the minions of one of the Elder Dragons. So yeah, this isn't, you know, the biggest creature that you're going to fight in Guild Wars 2. You can see Elijah is going up and helping to revive fallen allies. He can do that. Any profession in Guild Wars, regardless of you know, any skills that you have and all that, can walk up to an ally and revive them. And that's part of the teamwork that we wanted to try to foster without having to have particular professions involved. So another thing to note, as Elijah sort of switches weapons, is to note that his skills are switching out. As he switches to different skill sets, he actually can change the role that he can accomplish in battle. So when he's got two axes like he does now, he's more of a melee damage dealer. You can see there he's actually doing one of our cross-profession combos, which is when he does that whirling attack through a firewall, he'll spray fireballs out. If he wants to now, he's switched to a bow and he can do ranged attacks. And now in a lot of MMOs, when a warrior switches to bow, they just use it to pull with or that sort of thing. Elijah's actually a pretty capable ranged damage dealer when he's got his bow equipped. And that's what we want for our professions. We want them to be very versatile. So again, you don't have to wait around looking for a healer or looking for a tank or that sort of thing. If Elijah wanted to switch to a mace and a shield, he'd be a much more defensive character. If he switched to a warhorn, he'd be more of a support character. In fact, Elijah's actually got his elite that he has equipped. The second half of your skill bar you can change around to also kind of support more versatility. So he summoned this war banner, and what'll happen is when he summons it down, it'll heal allies who are in the area. You can see he's healing that other character. And he can pick that up. His skills will change whenever he picks up a new item. Your skills reflect what you've got in your hands. If he can find a better place in the battlefield where that banner would be useful, he can replant it. And then it'll help heal other allies. So you can see the warrior's acting as kind of a support character there. So one other thing to point out is that this is out in the open world. This isn't, you know, in a dungeon somewhere. We want encounters like this to be available to players, and again, it's that philosophy of we want the entire game that you play to be a cool game, not just the end of it. And so we want to provide players with big epic experiences as they play throughout the entire game. This guy's just out in one of the open world areas. Anybody who comes along can join in and join in the fight. You know, it looks like we've got 20 or 30 characters here playing in this particular one. And again, they don't have to be grouped up. They don't have to all be coordinated. And they're all still playing together, having fun, having a cooperative experience. We've got these mortars and cannons set up back here. Players can access them and take control of them. So for example, Elijah's going to take control of this mortar here. One of the ways that we sort of try to encourage teamwork is the Shatterer will send minions out. And if any of those minions manage to get back here, if those people in that kind of front line don't manage to stop them, they'll come back and they'll destroy all of these cannons and mortars. And in fact, if the cannons get destroyed, what'll happen is an event will kick off in the Vigil camp to the south, where a caravan that's got supplies to repair the cannons will start heading this way. And if players aren't able to protect that caravan and make sure that it gets here, then you know, people won't have these cannons to help combat this guy, and it'll make the fight harder. So that's one way that an event can affect another event in not a completely direct way, but in kind of a side way. When an event is finished, you get a reward of karma for it. And we did that because we didn't want particular events to always be necessary. We didn't want players camping around in the world waiting for an event to happen because they wanted the specific reward from that event. We didn't want them arguing about letting certain events fail or succeed because they wanted a particular reward from an event either. So what we do is reward you with karma, and then we have these karma vendors all over the world who give you kind of the cool, really special rewards from events.